Nation. We are live here on a walk. Just left the apartment, walking my way to the nature trail. Now, this is going to be a different type of experience because of the reason that usually when I make these, it's about bad things, right? It's usually about losses, about me venting, about me just being totally upset. But today's a good day. Today's what they call Victory Friday, baby. Victory Friday is what today is, and I'm living the dream. Now, I'm not living the dream, I take that back. Totally not living the dream. Living the dream would be not being 3-6, but I'm just soaking in this win. I'm appreciating it. Because as Jets fans, we know that it doesn't really happen often, right? These Jets wins are sacred. They don't happen often. And that's why I want to stay present and really appreciate that we were able to go out there last night and do what we did to the Houston Texans, which was nothing short of freaking awesome. It was awesome. The second half of that game last night was freaking amazing, man. That was the best half of football we've seen all season. Listen, I can sit down here and whine and cry about the Jets being 3-6 and how we could have beat the Patriots. We should have beat the Denver Broncos if Greg Zuerlein did anything. If our kicker was actually good, Greg Zuerlein. But that's not what this is about. This is also not me coming on here saying, like, yeah, guys, we're going on a run. We're going to win out. Like, that's not what I'm saying either. What I am saying is appreciate the W's when they come, Jets fans. Because we saw a complete game. We saw not perfect at all. Offense bad in the first half. Special teams had some blunders with, running into the punter, Irvin Charles, that flag, the flag on who was that? Eric Watts, undrafted free agent on the kick. Even rare that a penalty actually works in your favor against your team. This offense, man, they struggled in that first half. Scored 0 points. Should have scored 7, but we know why they didn't. Because of Malachi Corley. They technically scored 7. Malachi Corley had a rookie moment, and that is just so Jet-like. And you turn the page to the second half, and then we just saw 3 phenomenal touchdown passes thrown by Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you talk about those 3 touchdowns, it's perfect. Like, it's everything you would hope for. Look at the shirt I'm wearing. We're rocking the Rodgers and Wilson NFL Jams shirt in honor of those 2 guys connecting and having a game where you kind of felt like last night was Garrett Wilson's star moment. If you want to, we all know that we use the word budding star for Garrett Wilson, and I think he's no longer a budding star because I think last night was his breakout into stardom officially. We all knew as Jets fans, especially me, how much hope and how much potential and how much belief and faith we have in Garrett Wilson to be a number 1 receiver. We heard so many people say Garrett Wilson's not a number 1 receiver this season because he's getting, triple teamed by players. He's not like being the guy and all that stuff. People were counting him out, saying he's just a number 2 receiver. He's not a number 1, and saying basically crapping on him, saying trade him. Some people were saying that. Couldn't believe my ears. I never said that, but now you look at the numbers. Garrett Wilson is like at the top of the league in every category, and not only did he just put up numbers last night, but he put up highlights. He put up the greatest catch, arguably, we'll ever see with our own eyes. It's getting compared to Odell Beckham Jr.'s catch. That was the catch of my fandom. I remember. When OBJ made that catch, everybody talked about it. And the fact that now Garrett Wilson's catch is even being compared to it, whether it's better than it or not, doesn't even matter to me. The fact that now we're going to be remembering that catch forever, especially if the Jets figure out a way to go on a run. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen yet. I'm not bought into that yet. I'm going to need to see the Jets win 2 games in a row before I'm all in on terms of let's go to the playoffs. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm very happy with the win last night, but I am not going to allow this one win to suck me back into believing that we can go win out and go to the playoffs. Is that possible? Yes. Could it happen? Absolutely could. But I'm not going to sit here and believe it until they gave me a reason to believe it. Last night was a great step. You got to start somewhere. And they did just that, all right? So welcome to the chat, guys. Hit the like button. We're live in my usual spot. We have the homies posted up with me again. There they are. Look at them. We got 4 geese right here. Beautiful day here on Long Island, New York. They're all spread around. Look at those two. What did you guys think of the Jets game last night? Big dub, right? Oh, he's really going down. Look at them. Damn, there's... I don't want to disrupt their time. Guys, hit the like button. Usually when I do these walks live on YouTube, it's for the wrong reasons of the Jets being bad and me kind of just coping with my emotions. But now the Jets win, and I'm noticing there's barely anybody in this. It is funny. Like, the Jets win a game, and then all of a sudden, all the people that were watching me don't watch anymore. There's still the core people watching, and I love you guys that are watching right now. But it is funny how it works when the Jets lose and the Jets are bad. That's when people prefer to watch my content. Most people, the mass audience. And I don't blame them. It's pretty funny, I guess, to hear a Jets fan like me whine and complain. Right? Let's go. A big thing about last night, too, that I have to highlight is the defense. I really want to give a big shout out to the defense. Big shout out to Jeff Ulbrich for his first win as an interim head coach. Pretty dope. Will McDonald looks like a star. That's a budding star right there. You talk about a star that is on the rise. It is Will McDonald. What a freaking season he's having. Didn't get a sack, but he had a fumble recovery and had like 9 pressures. And he was also being held the whole game. The guy was being held all game. So I don't want to even get into the refs, but Will McDonald he looks like he's better than Hassan Reddick, by the way. Can we all agree with that? Hassan Reddick, he had a half a sack. I mean, I have such a love-hate, I don't even know. Like, Reddick just, to me, just feels like, all right, Reddick, you're here to just play well for yourself so you can go get a bag in the offseason. So at least play well for this team. I don't know. He just doesn't feel like a Jet at all. He just feels like a dude that I barely even care about. Like, when I see when I have players on my team, I usually attach myself to all of them and root for them. But for some reason, I'm just being honest with you guys, I don't like Hassan Reddick. It's hard for me to root for him, even on the Jets. I'm rooting for him to get a sack. I'm calling him out. I'm putting a spotlight on him in terms of, like, go make a play for us. He doesn't do it. But, hey, Quinnen Williams, dominant game. That's big. To have Quinnen Williams kind of wake up into the all-pro level defensive tackle that we all know who he is capable of being, that's a big, big thing. And now all of a sudden we have a big 3 on this defensive line, right? We got Quinnen Williams playing like Quinnen, a breaking out star of Will McDonald. And then Hassan Reddick is a multi-time all-pro talent. You mix that together, that's 8 sacks. Got to give a shout out to the rest of the boys. I almost said Nathan Shepard for some reason. Michael Clemens, he had his best game as a Jet, arguably. Clutch sack in the 4th quarter. He had some big moments in that game. Got to give shout out to Clemens, who has been really struggling. And, you know, the linebackers, Jamie and Sherwood, subbing in for C.J. Mosley, looks phenomenal. Quincy Williams, Jalen Mills subbing in. Sauce Gardner is the only negative, and also the missed tackling. Like, they got to figure out a way to stop missing easy tackles, and Sauce Gardner got to figure out a way to make plays. I mean, like, you talk about Garrett Wilson has, like, officially broke out into a superstar. Sauce Gardner felt like a star already for 2 seasons, but now in year 3, he's just having an off year, man. I think there's something off mentally with Sauce because he is getting called for a lot of penalties, and he is, you know, getting hurt out there. Like, I hope he's okay. I don't even know if he is all right. You know, he had a good pass deflection at the end of the game that I thought that was going to be like, you know, a positive, and then the next play he gets PI. And I also want to say, Sauce isn't playing bad. He isn't playing trash. But there's a standard that we expect from Sauce to be the best in the league. And when you're not playing at that caliber, then you're, you know, disappointing, which means you're overrated, which he is. So that's okay. I think there's still room for Sauce to get better as the season goes on. And I still think the best is yet to come for Sauce Gardner. He's still a young player. Right? It's not like this guy's a 8-year vet washed up. You feel me? Douglas asks, where's the goose? I just showed off the goose before. Now I walked away from them. Yeah, they're all over there, Douglas. They're all the way down there. I just walked down there. I don't know if you can see them, but they're chilling all over there. I'm going to go over here to a new area that I haven't brought you guys to, right? Someone said in the chat, Jets won't even make the playoffs. Yeah, no one's saying that they will. We're just enjoying the win last night. That's okay, right? us as fans, we're allowed to enjoy victories as a football fan, because I feel like for the people that don't want to get excited from last night because we're 3-6 and what's the point of getting excited if it's just one win, doesn't mean anything. Like, I get that, but what's the point of being a fan? It's a week-by-week league. We have 10 days to be happy. So let's be happy for 10 days. And then when the Cardinals come, we got to focus on them. One game at a time. I'm not thinking of, obviously, oh my God, it's a black squirrel. Look at that. Sick. What up, squirrel? I think I found a new homie. A new buddy. What do you think of the Jets' win last night? Did you like that Garrett Wilson catch? Whose catch was better, Garrett Wilson or Odell Beckham Jr.? What do you think, Garrett or OBJ, squirrel? Huh? I think I heard him say Garrett, man. Garrett Wilson, indeed. I agree. It was nice to meet you, pal. Enjoy the rest of your day. Someone says, I just joined and you're talking to a squirrel? The heck did I miss? That's hilarious. Yeah, man, I'm just walking in nature. Any animal that comes, I got to ask them a question, man. Got to see what they think. Who knows? What if they're football fans? All jokes aside, man. Shout out to the chat right now. Don't forget to hit the like button. We're on a live right now. A live walk. I appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, please don't forget to smash the like button. Can we play all our games on Thursday nights? I wish. 2 home games, 2 wins at home, both of them on Thursday Night Football. That should definitely tell you something, right? That should definitely tell us something. Jets fans, let me know how you're feeling right now after that win. Are we back? Are the Jets back? Because they're on their way to potentially be back. Hey, if you want me to start talking about the delusional side of me and talk about how mathematically we actually are alive, I'll do that real quick, because let me just remind people, the Green Bay Packers, they were 3-6 last season. They went on a run, made the playoffs, won a playoff game. So it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. You rather start the season slow and finish strong rather than starting strong and finishing slow. You want to go into the December, January era of football playing your best. And let's hope that the Jets can, take advantage of their favorable schedule, take this win and use it, right? That loss we suffered against the Broncos in the rain, that one loss spiraled the Jets into a losing frenzy, right? They took that energy and they ran with that energy, unfortunately. So now the Jets got to take this win that's so big, so massive, and use that as fuel to go on a winning frenzy. That's all I want them to do. So I'm not really putting my hope into it yet. I'm not putting my expectations on that. I'm just trying to, appreciate the fact that we saw Aaron Rodgers absolutely finally look like the quarterback we brought him here to do. I mean, at least in the second half, at least. First half, not so much. Second half, we saw Aaron Rodgers do what we brought him here to do. 15 for 18, 3 touchdowns. Like, that is all we need from you, Aaron. That is what we need. So it's cool to see Garrett Wilson again have his 2 one-handed catches. It's cool to see Devontae Adams get in the end zone when he went out with the concussion and came back. All these things are great. But now, next week is like the scary thing about the Jets, and this is what the scary thing is in the reality of the season. The Jets are in the playoffs right now. And what I mean by that is it's win or go home for them for the rest of the season. It really is. They dug themselves in a hole so deep where there is no room for error. So every game is win or go home. They lose to the Cardinals, they're done. If they beat the Cardinals but they have a stinker against the Colts, they're done. If they beat the Cardinals and Colts and they go into the bye and then they come out of the bye and lose to the Seahawks, not looking good. So, the margin for error is so paper thin. I think they can afford 1 loss the rest of the way if they wanted to make it. That's crazy. 1 more loss, hypothetically, winning every other game, hypothetically, please stay with me here, the Jets will get to 10 wins. They win out, it's 11 wins. So double-digit wins are still on the table mathematically. Will they actually do that? Who knows, man? Probably not. Most likely not, let's be honest with ourselves. We've seen way more bad than good to believe that's even going to happen. But that's where they control their own destiny, where we don't really have to look around the league and, root for this team to lose, or they dug themselves in a hole. And I also look at it from this perspective, folks. The Jets lost 5 straight. Now they have to win 5 straight if they want the season to be back. They got to make up those 5 losses. Because when we started that 5-game losing streak, we were above 500. The Jets were above 500. We were 2-1. The Jets were 2-1 and then lost 5 in a row. So now, literally the only chance the Jets have is winning 5 straight to get back over 500. 7-6, if that's the case. And you look at the matchups, like if we had to go up against the Ravens or the Chiefs or the Lions or one of the top teams, I think we'd feel a little more pessimistic about it. Like, yeah, there's no way we can upset one of those guys. But all our opponents are favorable, but at the same time, we lost to the Patriots. So that's where people are coming back to, like, okay, we beat the Texans, but we couldn't beat the Broncos, we couldn't beat the Patriots, we couldn't beat the Steelers. Like, what makes us think we could beat any? I mean, we beat the Texans, which is definitely a plus, but I don't know, man. Genergy's in the chat, was at the Jets game last night. Incredible, my first Jets game. Yeah, that was your first game you went to? Oh my goodness. What a first game to go to, Genergy. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. 7-1 to get to 10 wins. Yep, 7-1. I mean, like, it sounds crazy, but the Jets have the players to do it. I mean, let's not pretend they don't. There's a reason why the Jets have all this hype. They showed up last night. We have arguably the best wide receiver duo in the NFL when they play it like that. Name a better wide receiver duo in the NFL better than Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams playing at the caliber that we saw last night. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp when healthy. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, nah, they both stink this season. I mean, we have to take advantage of this wide receiver duo, man, and just let them go. Whatever top corner goes to Devontae, you go to Garrett. If the top corner moves to Garrett Wilson, you go to Devontae, because there's no team that has 2 elite corners. It's that simple. My boy Connor's in the chat. What's good, Connor? Hope you're doing well, brother. Let's go Jets. Let's go, man. I'm feeling good. Hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the nature walks. It's good to get some steps in. It's good to get into nature. Talk some Jets. Oh my God. So many Jets fans needed this win for so many different reasons. And it's so refreshing that it happened. Because did anybody in the chat, were you guys watching my live watch party? Let me know. Let me know if you were watching. Because if you were, you saw I was in a dark place at halftime. I literally turned my own lights off to go into the darkness and embrace it, like Roger said. Maybe that's why we won. Roger said embrace the darkness. I embraced it. And then all of a sudden the light started to shine. Let's go. Let's get it, man. Chargers are in the 7th spot with 4 wins. Focus on overtaking the Chargers and Colts. Bengals may be the one team that will be hard to pass. I mean, the Bengals losing last week was massive. If they beat the Eagles, it'd be tough, but they did not. The Bengals got a big game this week, and then next week they're versing the Ravens. So, yeah, that 7th seed is really, I mean, it's really, like, another team to watch out for is the Broncos. Are they actually going to just run away with that wild card spot? Because we know they're not going to win their division. Are they going to get that wild card spot? That's a crazy team to steal a wild card spot that nobody saw coming. Bo Nix is playing great. So, You know, I think the wild card teams is going to be between the Steelers, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Broncos. What's another team I'm forgetting? Colts. The Colts, and then of course the Jets, but it's still a long way to go for us. But the AFC, like, I really think you can get in the playoffs. Some people think you can get in with 9 wins, but I don't think so. My prediction is if the Jets win 9 games, we miss the playoffs. I think 10 is the goal. 10 wins is the goal that gets you in. That's the guaranteed ticket to the... Actually, not true. The last time the Jets won 10 games, they did not make the playoffs, so... But now there's an extra team in it. Jets looked good last night, bro, and I'll admit as a Dolphins fan, you can win 7 straight. It's possible. We did it a few years ago. Oh, man, I hope you're right. It's just hard for me to believe that. I need to see 2 wins in a row before I can even think about that. I don't want to get all hyped up just to look like a crappy team, get embarrassed, and look like incompetent all over again. And have just weird stuff go against us. I'm going to need to see a little bit more before I can convince myself. Like, I don't really, like, there's something to be said about being excited about last night, being happy about the victory, and also not over-projecting into the future and hoping for the miracle to happen. We all want that miracle winning streak, but don't get your hopes up too high. That's all I'm going to say. Jets fans, don't get your hopes up too high. Just keep the expectations at modest level. So if they do it, our expectations are blown and we're even more excited. And I'll also numb the pain if it doesn't happen, because then you didn't really expect it. So it's like, yep, that's kind of how I'm doing it. Not going to lie. Like, I went into last night's game numb. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm expecting the worst. Like, the Jets are going to get embarrassed. The Jets are going to lose. Like, 5 games in a row we lost. We lost to the Patriots. There's no way we're beating the Texans. And then that happened. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not allowing this one win to kind of spiral me into this delusional, like, state. Even though that's where I want to be, because that's where I want this Jets team to go. Man, the sun is out right now, man. Look at the sun. I'm getting some nice color. Let's go, man. Woo! Hope you guys are enjoying these live watch party shows that I do on the channel. If you guys stay tuned to the live watch party yesterday, it was a lot of fun. We had 25,000 subs on that show last night, which was a pretty epic moment for my channel. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. The winning feeling is great right now, King Jamie the Mad. The winning feeling is phenomenal. Winning is a good feeling that I'm not used to, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it like every Jets fan should. Let's freaking get it, man. The Jets are back, baby. We back in the winning circle. All right, I kind of like did a whole lap. Should I do it again, or where should we go? We got a super chat. Jets for life, my boy. When there's hope, there's always a chance. Keep the faith, the vibes, and speak it into the universe. I love that. I do love that energy right there. You guys know me. I'm into that. I appreciate the super chat, brother. Much love. We're going to speak it into existence. Jets going on a run. 7-1 the rest of the way. Squeak into the playoffs. Beat the Bills in round 1. Give me the Bills and Buffalo. That's who I want. That's who I want. Guys, I know how, oh my God, look at this duck. I know how unlikely that is. You don't gotta tell me. What up, duck? Why aren't you chilling with your fam over there? See, sometimes you just gotta appreciate the little things. Look at this duck. What you eating there? Do you want to come and give your talk of the Jets win? He's just eating some random stuff on the concrete. Look at this, man. He's chilling. He's eating up that Jets W's. Look at all those Jets W's he's eating. Look at that. Another Jets W coming. Whoop. Easy. Dubs. Just can't stop eating the dubs. I love it. He's coming closer. Want to come through? Get on the show? What you got for us? Nothing? Oh. They're talking to me. Man, these are a bunch of Jets fans. We're at a Jets fan meetup right now, if you guys want to pull up. If you guys want to pull up to the Jets fan meetup, it's me, the Ducks, the Geese, all of us. Let's get it, man. Nothing can take away from a feeling of victory. I don't care about what happened the week prior. I don't care what happened 2 weeks prior. I don't care what happened the whole season prior to the W last night. I don't care about what's going to happen in the future weeks to come. Practice presence, Jets Nation. This is a great act of mindfulness because we don't want to get too caught up in the past of the season because we'll get frustrated about what we couldn't get done. And we also don't want to get lost in potential futures of going on a run just to set ourselves up. So let's be in the present moment and appreciate the victory that we are feeling right now because it's a day after a victory. It's Victory Friday. So just like that's what I I'm preaching to you guys. You don't want to get lost in the past or the future. In general, by the way, this is just life advice, not even just Jets fan advice. Connecting to that present moment is the key. I mean, you guys, I'm very open with you guys about my meditation practice because that's basically what I do when I meditate is exactly that. Disconnect my mind, disconnect my thoughts from the past, from all the things that I've done leading up to the moment, all the things to come, because that's where our thinking minds go. Our thinking minds are always racing, and you can recognize it. How can we transcend our own mind and like really observe our thoughts, observe where the mind is going? Like, oh, I'm thinking about dinner tonight. I don't need to think about that right now. It's in the future. Let's come back to the present. And that's why I go deeper in my meditation practice pretty much every day because it keeps me grounded and also allows me to help manage the Jets. You know, like that's what it's all about. The Jets help me, like my meditation and presence practice and all that stuff that I do helps me manage the Jets because boy, oh boy, is it a fun time to be a Jets fan, to say the least. The power of now. There you go. You know it. Buddha boy here. Hey. I can't help myself. I got a lot of stuff that I like to talk about. I mean, I am a human being outside of being a Jets fan. You know what I mean? There's a whole other side of my life that not a lot of people know about. Some people do. And I'm also not like open about it with you guys because, you know, this is Jets media. I'm not going to go on a rant about that stuff. But sometimes I will when it connects to the Jets. And I've done that before, which is why I'm doing it right now. Because I think this does connect with the Jets. It does connect with us as fans. It's life. Because if there's one thing that is completely, I'm vulnerable to emotions, it's the Jets. It's sports. It's the Knicks. It's the Mets. It's my sports teams. I have no control over the outcome, and I get angry when they lose. I get upset when they lose. When they win, I get super happy. Like, those are great things. You feel me? Let's go. So, I've been practicing yoga and mindfulness for, I think, now 6 years. I'm actually trained in meditation. I went to a teacher training. I'm actually breathwork certified. Fun fact about myself, you guys did not know that. I'm actually yoga certified. Some things you guys probably don't know about me. So why not tell the people that I am breathwork certified. I teach meditation twice a week. I teach yoga twice a week. Yeah, that's what I do. And I connect those worlds into my work flow, you know? Because as an entrepreneur, I got to be able to create my own hours, create my own spots, like tap into that creative flow. And now I feel like this new walk series is kind of opening me up to new opportunities of content for you, like this. You know what I mean? I feel like me starting this walk series is blending my two worlds of the Jets and football and the Knicks and all my squads. I love it. So we got the huddle in 20 minutes, so I got to get back to the apartment and get back in the studio. So I do got to run. Guys. So catch me on the huddle in 20 minutes on BetUS TV. I love you guys. Happy Victory Friday. Enjoy this, Jets fans. Shout out to the NFL fans that's not Jets fans that watch the show. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, I will see you guys in 20 minutes on the huddle, BetUS TV, to talk about that Jets win and previewing the rest of the games in the NFL coming up this week. Thank you, everybody. David Talks Broncos. Appreciate you, man. Dano Jets. Always appreciate you in the chat. Dakota, always here. Simplicity, RKO, Dicker the Kicker. Thank you guys so much.